Alright, should I tell them to ready up? I don't think so. I think they're waiting for. Wait a minute. Okay, now I'm turning on the music, so yeah, it should be fine, I guess. I mean, I can also decrease volume a little bit. Maybe the game is a little bit too loudy for the moment. Uh, oh, now it should be everything fine. So we have only 11 drivers on the finale of a championship. So, oh, this is gonna be kinda boring race, to be honest, because I saw a lot of much more players in previous races than the current one. I mean, of course, it's the last race of the season, so I may understand that some of the drivers won't be able to drive there at all, but it would be just fine if we had at least that 15 drivers maybe, because that would be more interesting to watch than 11 drivers, especially if someone crashes. Then it's basically top 10 drivers finishes, top 10 gets points basically. So yeah, if the one guy crashes, then everyone who will finish gets points. That's just how it works in this race today. But let's hope at least for really good excitement of this race, and especially good finally and awesome battles between Besic, Melink, Ora, and his teammate, and not his teammate, what I'm talking about, and of course up against Claudia Herbert. So yeah, so we have Sao Paulo Grand Prix. In my opinion, this should be always. This should be the last track to be decider. I mean, Abu Dhabi is fine for me, but honestly, it kind of feels nostalgic than Abu Dhabi. More, really, than much more. Because let's be honest, I saw a lot of great fights here to be championship, like 2007, 2008. 2009 championship decider, 2020 championship decider. So yeah, of course nowadays we have the track called Abu Dhabi, but yeah, I mean Abu Dhabi after the changes isn't that really bad. I mean, it's much better than it used to be. At least there is something going on in this race. It's not like you don't have any opportunities to overtake anyone. So for me, this race is actually for plus, but the main issue still it's kind of meh at the moment. Like I think the more things are happening on Sao Paulo on Brazilian track than on United Emirates States or something like that. Okay, so we have first driver, and that is Melling, who is surprisingly on medium tires. The rest of the field, besides his teammate, are on softs. So let's see how he will manage this time lap. I'm really interested to be honest. And the first sector, the time 69 is 6-3. Amazing time lap. But he almost lost traction control in the turn. I do believe it's a turn 5. Now the most tricky one, I like to call it like curvy S's or something like that. This zigzag turns, but he managed to do them very well, to be honest. Now we're entering the second sector, and again it's really good time lapse. So we only have the last very long but not straightforward main start finish straight, and it's gonna be 109.022. So that's okay lap for mediums, I think, but to be honest, it will be sure that someone will just over jump that time, because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, softs are much quicker on this track, but I'm looking for the Ferras, and this will be close. It's second time, but it's still slower than Melling's time. Like, I'm really surprised by that. It's only 109.474. Also, Cavaliers only made time 110.191, so I was expecting better times. And Curtis spun on the last main straight, so that's the end of his qualifying lap already. Let's maybe take a look. No, Herbert is starting his lap time now. We have Melink, who I don't know if he's gonna try to improve his lap time, or is he going to pit lane? Yeah, he's going to pit lane, so that time doesn't count at all. And we have Vrona completing his final lap. Is this gonna be professional lap time? No, it's only P3. So, oh my goodness, I'm really surprised right now. Like, all the drivers who are on the softs are much slower than the medium driver. I'm talking about Melik, of course, but I just cannot believe it. What is going on right now? Ferras went to the pit lane, so he finished his lap time. The same will go to Chameleon's Polish driver, who actually might still have a chance to become a vice leader of those, second vice leader of those championships. So maybe Polska Górą, but we'll see about that. So we have Gabi. Gabi put it 17 seconds in the first sector, so it's about 1/10 slower than Melling's time. Also, Melling decided to change his tires to softs already, so he will definitely improve his lap time. Okay, let's check how he'll manage those turns. It was pretty decent, I think. And the second sector, it was, I do believe it was very similar to Melling's time. Let's see, because maybe this will be provisional or very close to Melling's time. And what it's gonna be? 107, 08, 09.062, so very close time lap, but remember, the fastest lap was on medium tires, not on the softs. So, oh my goodness, that was hell of the lap, man. Like, I just don't know what to say here. So, Herbert, is he finishing the lap time? No. He'll go to pit lane. And Curtis is out of the qualifying. Oh my goodness, he crashed after the turn 5. I think he had to touch that curb. I cannot see, because maybe Ferras will be going from pit lane. Oh no, he already went to pit lane, so the marshals clean up this whole mess, so we cannot see how he actually managed to destroy his car. So Curtis is out of this qualifying session already, so he won't be able to make any lap time. So if he won't be able to make it, then he starts last. If he don't make time, then he will start last. And that's basically how that works. And Konopa is P6 at the moment, 110.136. pretty horrible season for Polish driver from Red Bull team. I mean, he had a lot of DNFs, and I mean, my season wasn't very great too, but I mean, I was trying, and to be honest, yeah, I mean, maybe the next season will be better, especially after that spin. Like, there's a lack of luck, I think, in this season especially. Rasmussen spun, but Rasmussen is not improving his lap time at all. Linus Schultz is finishing his lap time. Maybe this will be provisional lap. Let's see. No, it's only good enough for P6 with a lap time 109.673. So top 6 players are up under the 110 lap times, but I think this is possible to get at least 108 from them. I'm not expecting 107 or 106 because that's not PCF2 division for example, but let's see, because everything can happen. So we have Besic, who is finally getting out of his pit. No, he's still sitting in the pit lane for some reason. Melling, his teammate, is already sitting and will be starting his another flying lap. I'm really curious about Besic's strategy, because it's really important to have at least pole position from him if he wants to become the champion of this year in PCF4. Like, maybe he is hoping that something will happen on the start, but let's see after. Let's see, maybe later if he'll actually manage to make any time lap. So Melling improved by only 1/10 of the second in the first sector, and Vrona actually improved his time, but only for almost 2/10 of the seconds, and it was on the soft. So it's fine time, but let's see what Melling can manage with his lap. The second sector, what is gonna be? It's 51.7. It's almost 6/10 faster than previous lap time. I thought he slept. No, never mind. Let's see his final lap. It's gonna be 108.378. So it's 6 seconds faster than his previous lap time, and it's on the softs now. So amazing lap time from the hot driver, who is fighting for championship with his teammate in this final round of the season. So pretty good lap time, I must say. Maybe I'll take a look on the Claudio Herbert, because his lap time is not really that great as I was expecting from him, but maybe he'll improve in this lap. So we have the second sector in his he's not managing that throttle that much. He's not pressing this throttle, even though you don't spin that much, and he unfortunately invalidated his final lap, so that his flying lap, so that's the end of the improvement. We have Gabi, who also started his flying lap, and he improved by almost 1/10. It's very close lap time to Melling, because Gabi actually here is pretty quick, to be honest. Maybe he will improve on the second lap, especially now, because the track has more grip and the tires are more heated up, so they have basically better traction to drive on. Okay, the second sector, it was okay, but not good enough. He improved by 2/10, but this is not gonna be pole position lap time, because Melvin had 51.7 seconds in the second sector, but this might be second fastest lap time. Let's see, it's gonna be... No, it's only P3, but really close time up to Vrona. It's 108.895, so only 20 thousandths of the seconds or something like that 2000 of the seconds or like that. I'm not really sure, but you get my point. Ferraz is finishing his flying lap time too. Ferraz, also my friend, really achieved good results in this season, so nice job from you. But still you have some chances to be at least that vice champion, but theoretically in the practice I'm not really sure, but we will check because everything can happen in this race. Because Ferraz is P4 right now, he's ahead of Herbert now. And I'm not really sure about Besic's strategy for this race at all, because he's sitting in the pit lane. Maybe he's waiting for the last minutes of the qualifying session to get at least one lap time to beat everyone. Like, he's gonna surprise everyone, including me. Woodford gets P8 right now, but this lap time is kinda not the best one, but still it's okay. So right now we're just basically waiting for anyone to start their flying lap, because Ferraz is definitely going for pit. Konapa invalidated his final flying lap, so it doesn't matter. Woodford has no ERS, but he actually managed to improve his lap time. And he's finishing, but he has no ERS, and he actually improved by 7 tenths of the second. He goes P4. Oh my goodness, that was amazing lap time. I wasn't expecting that. I thought it will be P7 or P6, but not P4. Amazing lap from Woodford here. Okay, that's the first surprise of the qualifying session here. And we have some of the drivers coming out of the pits. The first driver who went out is Gabi from Alpine. And Gabi had okay season in my opinion, but no, I'm not gonna alt-tab the game for the moment. We'll just focus on everything what's gonna... So we have both of the Red Bull drivers also going up from pit lane. Malik sits in his garage, also Besic too, and I really don't know the strategy from Besic to this race, honestly. This is some kind of problem with the internet. I must ask him after the race, but we'll see, because everything can happen, literally anything can happen in this race. Also, as for myself, as you may know, actually for now my wheel and throttles are basically broken, so I cannot drive, and unless I get some money or earn some money, then there will be no more races for me, so I'm basically a retired driver. But for sure I'll be commentating or I'll try to, of course if Voitinho allows me to do, I will commentate the next season too, so hope to see you again, guys, because for me at least commentating in this league is very prestigious. Like, I just love to talk to microphone and to commentate every race, especially because I'm really a big fan of Formula 1 and the action that's going on every time. Like, it's just amazing to be there. So I know this is probably my last race I'll be able to commentate, and I wasn't having much opportunities to commentate because you know, my private life studies. But for everyone who were watching my oldest streams, I really appreciate you spent all the time with me and you enjoyed my commentary. But let's get back to the point, because we have Merlin. So Besic decided to stay in the pit, so no timeline from Besic. I don't really know what just happened here. So yeah, maybe Melik will improve his lap time. Vrona has slowed down, so I don't know what just happened here. And Gabi started his flying lap time, but he couldn't improve in the first sector. Do we have Ferras improved by 3/10 of the seconds? He's only P5. Is there anyone really close to finishing his lap time? It's Camlias, but Camlias invalidated his lap time, and he has to finish it because it's already checkered flag here. So it's only P9 for Polish driver here. Konopa goes to pit lane. The other driver will be Herbert, who wishes to improve his lap time. Maybe he'll overtake Ferras in the qualifying. Let's see. Yes, it's P4 from Claudio Herbert here. So amazing lap time. It's 108.9, but it wasn't good enough for P3. Let's take a look on Gabi because he's the other driver who will finish, and it's pole position for now, but it's only provisional pole 108.347. Amazing lap from him. Let's see what Malik can do with this final lap, but I don't think he can actually improve like this. I mean, oh my goodness, he lost so many times, so I think this might be pole position for Gabi. That's the most unexpected pole position of this qualifying. Like I thought the Melink will win this qualifying session with ease, and you know, to start from first place. But actually, it's Gabi who won this. Schulze has no fuel. Please don't go to pit, and he goes to pit. Ugh. Alright, we'll have to wait. But so we have Gabi, who our unexpected winner of the qualifying session on P1. So first grid of first row of the grid. Next to him will be Sandy Melink. So our the championship title player, like the main I don't know how to say it. Maybe I'll just never mind. Pretended for the titles in this season. Yeah, that's that word I missed. Sometimes I'm losing the words, but I'm really curious about the race because this is gonna be actually interesting. Like, I mean, if Melink won't get any points, then it's no, not the Melink, the Besic won't get any points. It's Melink who will win this qualifying, this whole championship. And sorry for not showing the game, but I need to check what are the conditions for Melink to win the title. Already Voitinho pointed me out that I should have named all the drivers with not caps lock letters, but this is fine. So the condition here is, oh my goodness, Besic has a 12 points advantage over the Melink driver, his teammate. So Melink needs to get at least P5 and hope that Besic won't get any points in this race. Like, okay, supposing that I don't know, Melink will win this race, he gets 25 points. It was 184 plus 25. This will be un momento. This will be 209. And it was 194. So let's say 10 points, 2004, 2000, no, 200. Okay, we're started. 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's lights out and away we go, and a good start from Gabi here, but also Malik kept his position right there, so already really good starts there. I was also counting the points, so if Melnik wants to be champion, he has to hold the message, will finish at least a maximum only P4, and Melnik has to win this race basically, or get at least or at least get P5, and Besic will not get any points in this race. For also the strategy for this race is really interesting, because we have about half of the grid on hards, the rest of the drivers on mediums, and only Curtis is on the soft. Look at this title championship decider. It might be over for now because Melnik spun. Oh my goodness. Now this is gonna be fight for the championship. Oh no, overheated tires. Oh man, so many action going on. So for now we have professional winner of this championship. But remember, everything can happen. There might be safety car, and oh my goodness, this is gonna be an interesting fight for the for championship today. Like, oh man, that was some huge mistake from the Dutch driver. Like, I just don't know what to say here. We have interesting battle for P3 right now. Ferraz against Polish driver Vrona. Vrona will be trying to fight for podium to make at least Poles proud today. But look at this, and behind him sits literally Besic on his, not gonna say what, but look at it, he tried to went down the outside, but he couldn't make any move. There was no space at all, and we have Schultz out of the race. Oh my goodness, Schultz is out, but only VSC. Let me take. Oh no, he had to spun on the curb, and fortunately for everyone, there's no safety car. But as I said on the qualifying, if everyone finishes the race without DNF, then they will get points basically. So kinda unfortunate ending to Linus' career of this season, because that was a little bit a lucky season for Linus. I hope you can improve this, mate, because you were really quick at the moments, but there were too much mistakes. But let's wait for VSC to end, and we have Besic to get drive-through penalty for speeding under VSC. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be the most interesting title decider of this year. Like, look at this. You need to keep. You need to be chilled for this entire race and be focused. Look at this. Besic touch with Vrona here, and he's trying to make a huge move, but no, he didn't spun, but he lost control over his car. I mean, Besic is basically trying to get positions like crazy, but this is not working. Like, oh my goodness, this is gonna be actually a really interesting race, even though I said on the beginning this might be not interesting race at all. So yeah, Besic is not going to pit lane for this lap, and he gets no, he didn't get the fastest lap of the race, because the fastest lap of the race goes to Konopa. The second ago it was Cambio, so Polish drivers are the quickest on this track. And look at this, side by side, Vrona against Besic, and Besic actually made an easy move on Polish driver, so he gets a podium position for at least now, but I don't know for how much longer he can keep this position, because he needs to go to pit to serve a drive-through penalty. And we have someone that spun, but that's Curtis, who is already lapped down, so we kinda, no, we have 12 drivers, sorry, so we have 11 drivers, so at least one driver has to DNF for everyone to get points. Sorry for that. I was thinking that there's only there's less drivers, and someone has spun. Was that? I don't know what just happened here, but there is huge gap between Rasmussen and Melnik here. I just don't know what's going on. But I think it's Konopa who is spinning around a lot. And we have Gabi with the fastest lap of the race. And no, it's Besic with 1:10.672, so Besic is just annoyed already, but this is the final lap. He has to serve his penalty on this lap, otherwise he's out of this out of this championship battle. And we have a battle against also two Polish drivers, Chameleons and Vrona, and Chameleons overtook Vrona, but he was way out of the track here, and so Vrona actually gained back his position. Nice fight there, boys. Good job. Yeah, it's really interesting to watch you. Also, the same might go for Besic and Ferraz. Look at that, they're so close to each other. I mean, Besic is literally annoyed right now. He wants to gain as much position as he can. Look at this speed through these corners right there. Oh my goodness, I think I'm gonna lose my voice today, basically. And is Besic going for pit lane because he needs to go right now? And yes, he goes to this to pit lane now. So finally, he won't be actually disqualified from this race, but he will lose positions. So right now, Melink is P5, but still, P5 isn't good enough because Besic is in pointed position right now. Besic would have to be outside of the top 10 if Melink wants to be a champion right now. Because from my calculation, it might be I'm not really sure. Wait a second. No, Melly needs to be at least. Was that 12 points? Yes, no, so sorry. So Melly has to be at least P3 in this race. So he needs to be at least on podium position. Yeah, my calculation were kinda wrong. Sorry for that. I'm not really good at maths. But let's take a look maybe at the fight against two Polish drivers here, Chameleons and Vrona. Chameleons, who is P4, and he'll be trying to fight for second vice champion in this particular season, and he makes a move outside of Vrona in Red Bull. They're going side by side here, and he actually managed to overtake the Polish driver, but Vrona will have DRS. Behind him sits Meli, who is basically trying to be in the air of DRS or something like that. I don't know how that is being said in English, but look at this. Basically, Melink will try to fight for podium, as I said. He needs to be on the podium position, and Konopa spun yet again, so another victim of this track and unfortunate race for Polish driver. Even though he's still in the points, so maybe the luck will help him. But no, he spun yet again, so overheated tires, and he's already lapped down. But let's not focus on that. We have a race to watch, so we have basically three drivers that will be fighting over the podiums. Like, look at this, Malin gets DRS, he goes side by side with Vrona and overtakes Polish drivers there. So Malik moves up to P4. I thought Vrona might try to fight back, but he couldn't, and Konopa decided to retire in the pit lane, so we have only 10 drivers. So as I said, everyone who finishes gets points. Besic is P7, so right now Besic is still the championship leader of this race, and unfortunately for Melling, he needs to hope that Besic will not finish this race somehow to be the champion right now, because by the points it's still advantage for Besic right there. Like, we'll see about what because everything can happen in this race. Like, look at this. Malik knows that he needs to win this race basically if he wants to be champion of this season. Because as I said, he can win, but he must hope that Besic will have to finish at least lower than P4 position. So this is gonna be really interesting to watch. So we have another fine DRS zone. Melin goes side by side with Kamlios and overtook our Polish driver East. So it's already podium position for Haas driver. So amazing overtake, but same night goes to Besic here, who overtook Rasmussen. Oh my goodness, this is amazing fight between Haas drivers for championship right here. Like, I don't even know what to say right there. Okay, for now the race just kind of silenced because there's not much action going on, but for at least 10 first laps it was really amazing to watch this and commentate. Like, oh my goodness, the best race I could imagine to commentate. Like, there's so much action going on. Like, come on, I just love race deciders. The closest driver to actually be able to overtake anyone is Chameleons, but he is still way too far from Melling here. We have also Gabi, who is comfortably leading the race by almost 5 seconds over Ferraz. Ferraz also is on second position pretty safely. If he won't make any mistakes, then it's one of his best races, to be honest, because qualifying might not have been really that good, but his race pace is much better. He's really good driver in my opinion. Do we have any fights? It's only Vrona who is close to Polish driver Camilo, so we have basically let's say brotherhood fight, because Polish driver versus Polish driver, like very interesting, I must say. But let's see if anything will happen in this race. In very short time, I think medium drivers will go for pit to change their tires to go to the end of those hards, but we'll see. I'm predicting that they may pit at least on lap 15 or 16, because that's how the medium can stand this race. Two Mercedes drivers actually swapped their position, but nothing much happened over this race. We still have Vrona in DRS zone behind the Cambions, but he cannot catch up to Polish driver at all. But what's more interesting is that Melnik has only 2.5 of the second to the Ferraz, so he actually closed the gap to Ferraz. So he might be able to actually catch up to him. Like, this will be a really interesting fight, because Melling knows he has to win. He made mistake, but he needs to recover from it. And look at this, it's only 1.5 of the second right now, so this is amazing pace from Malik right there. Like, oh my goodness, he might even catch up to Ferraz on this lap. Look at this. Man, where did you get that pace from? Like, I mean, he is using his ERS all the time, so he can stay up to to Portuguese driver, but this is really interesting. Woodford got 3 seconds time penalty, but he is safe from now because Herbert is losing already 4 seconds to him. Like, this is the worst race for Herbert ever. Like, I don't know. Oh, and we have spun from Woodford, and oh my goodness, that was unsafe. Unsafe return on the track, so this might be a penalty for him. Even though he was a ghost, that was really unsafe from him. And we have already Melling in the DRS zone behind the Ferraz. Like, this will be, yes, this will be the DRS zone. And Woodford will drop down this some of the positions here. But let's take a look against on this fight between those two drivers. This is big. Basically, fight for the second position of this race. We have DRS enabled from Melling right there, but he won't be able to overtake. It wasn't. He didn't have enough speed to overtake Ferraz, and the Ferraz at least have that, let's say, safe gap to Haas driver. But oh my goodness, this is the best race to watch today, not gonna lie. Gabi is still safe, he has at least 5 seconds gap to Ferraz, but with this pace from Melling, I think he may catch up to him. Especially because Melling has better tires, he is on hard, so if anything happens, so let's say safety car will come out, then it's basically win for him. And we have DRS zone, and DRS wide open from Melling car, but it's not close enough to even overtake Ferraz, so this might take longer than I expected from the Dodge driver. So we have another DRS enabled from in the second on the second straight, but he only managed to close the gap. It's the same goes to Vrona, who closed the gap to Chameleons. This is the only two fights that's going on, and Woodford decided to retire? What just happened here? Wait. I don't really like this. What just happened here? So Woodford went out of the pit lane, and this is strange. I mean, this should be penalty for Woodford. This was really unsafe behavior from him right there. Alright, so it's really close now, Melvin closed the gap to Ferraz right now, and we have another DRS wide open, but I think those mediums are still much quicker on the straights than those cars. But look at this, they touched. I don't know if Melling has broken front wing, but that was late braking from Ferraz. This is gonna be overtake from a Haas driver. Let's look at this. They're going side by side, DRS enabled, and will Melling prevail? Yes, he will, but no, Ferraz couldn't fight back against Haas driver right there, and oh man, that was nice position gain. So if this happens like this, is this gonna finish like the? Oh my goodness! If we finish like that, then still Melling has some chance to be champion. Like, I think P2 and P6 is enough, but I'm not really sure. We'll see about that. Wait a minute. Let me calculate those points. Oh my goodness, I'm just thinking right now because I actually managed to calculate the points. So if this is gonna finish like that, then we will have tie in the points. Like Melling and Vesic will have the same amount of the points. But for now, look at this pace. Malik is already closing the gap to the Gabi, but Besic is also fighting for the positions here, so it's basically fight for championship right now. Rasmussen gets 3 seconds time penalty, but it doesn't matter right now. I'm focusing on Besic, who is already on 16 lap medium tires. He will need to go to pit lane any time right now. Like, those mediums won't be able to stand much longer. But maybe he'll be able to overtake Polish driver Chameleons. He already did that with Vrona. Gabi decided to go to pit, so it's Malik leading the race now. And DRS wide open from Besic here, side by side. And he tries to go around the outside, but he couldn't manage to overtake the Polish driver. But still, it was much better exit from the turn 3. So turn 3 or turn 4, I don't know. But still, he managed to overtake the Polish driver. So it's Besic who is the professional championship leader right now. Even though Melink is leading right now. Oh my goodness, this is far the best race ever to watch. So let's see if Besic decides to go to pit lane. Like, I mean, he will land behind Gabi, so I don't really know what is gonna happen now, because it's already half of the race behind us. So this will be fine until the last lap of the race, like, basically. This is gonna be fight like Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton in 2016, or Vettel against Alonso in 2020, like, or Hamilton against Max Verstappen in the 2021. So, man, I just loved all those title decider races, as I said. Malik has almost 6 seconds gap advantage against Ferraz. Even though Ferraz has stable pace in this race, he cannot keep up to Dodge driver right now. And Besic is basically faster than him on this track now. And Vrana is the only one who is in the DRS zone behind Chameleons, and this is actually the fight that has been going on for longer time in this race, like this fight between both Polish drivers here. But Vrana cannot overtake Chameleons in Aston Martin right there. He only manages to close the gap here, and I do believe it's kind of raining, because I saw some rain on the track. This is some kind of bug, or this is actually raining. I'm not really sure about that, but seeing that clouds, it might have started raining, but I'm not really sure, because this game is buggy as hell. And it might be also just a bug because of the track. I'm not really sure, but those clouds might be really surprising, because it might start raining really soon. We'll see about that. Ferraz is not going to pit, same goes to Besic. So they're staying on those old medium laps. I was expecting people to pit much earlier, and the only one who did that was Gabi. The rest of the drivers decided to stay on those old mediums, so interesting tactics, I must say. But let's get back to the point, because Besic actually managed to close the gap to Ferraz, so he'll be fighting for the second position here. Like, the second position will be for sure will be enough for him to win the championship right there. I mean, P3 is already enough, but I think P2 would be just fine. That would be nice. Like, remember that Nico Rosberg didn't win the championship by being first. He was, I think he was second in the race, or he was first, something like that. And we have, and Perez needs to look into his mirrors right there, because he has literally Besic on his rear wing right there. And this will be the main straight line. DRS will be enabled like right now. DRS wide open. And is he gonna overtake the Ferraz right there? No, and I think it's raining a little bit. It might be like that, but yes, it might be. It might just rain, but I'm not really sure. So Rasmussen gets out of them, but he needs to slow down because he's already lapped down here. And we have still a fight going on between those two drivers, so maybe they're actually trying to make longer stints because they know this they're it's gonna start any time right now. I think I see actually some rain. I don't know what to say. I forgot the word. Never mind. But I see some rain on the car. That's what I'm sure for now. But it's really hard for me to judge from this perspective. Yes, it's. I think it started raining because Curtis is already on the intermediate tire, so I might not have been wrong with what I said before. But I think this is gonna start raining more on next laps. Like, we'll see about that. We have another DRS zone from Besic, who is really close to Ferraz, but Ferraz has better speed on those main straights, so Besic cannot keep it up to Portuguese driver, and he cannot overtake him. And we have Vrona! Vrona spun! And he completely broke his front wing, so oh my goodness! So bye good position from Vrona here, and I definitely see some rain. Yes, it's raining. It's DRS disabled right now. So I think it's time to change these tires to intermediates. Yes, it's raining just a little bit. It's like a froggy rain, like, you know, it's not raining that much, but it actually rains. So, oh my goodness, might be some weird strategy from Melly, and Perez got 5 seconds penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and Melly decided to stay for this lap. Maybe it's not raining that much, so he won't lose the time, but we will see about this, because this is gonna be really risky, because his teammate already changed up his tires to intermediate. Like, I don't know what's going on, but we'll see, because it's gonna be really interesting. This strategy might actually be the decider of who is gonna be or who is not gonna be champion of this season. And we have, is this Herbert? Yes, it's Herbert! Oh my goodness, he spun on those hearts. So it's another victim, so I think this track is too slippery for now to actually be able to drive on those intermediates right there. So this is the worst race for both of the Mercedes driver today. Like, oh my goodness, I think this is far the worst race for Herbert right there. And I'm really not sure what is Melling doing. He stays on those hearts even though it's already raining. I just don't know what to say. Are you throwing up that championship? Man, Melling, think quickly, please. Camillons is already on intermediates there, and he'll be P5 right now. And he's safe with this P5. Gabi also stay up on those hard, but those hearts won't be definitely won't be working this time. Like those hearts are not working very well on the rain. Maybe soft would be better, but still it's not the soft. And I hope that Melink will go to pit this lap. He has to go this lap. Otherwise he won't be able to win this championship. I mean, he's already losing, and look at this, Gabi is basically losing all of his traction control. It's raining too much to be there on those hearts already. And yes, finally Melink decided to go to pit lane. Because the track is already slippery and wet, even though you might not see it, because from my perspective it's not raining that much, but yeah. So Melin keeps his P1 position, but he needs to hope that Besic will finish at least P5 so he can be championship leader. If not, then it's over. But like, there's only 11 laps to go. This is all or nothing for him. But I think for now it's over for him, because Besic is professionally P2 because of the first penalty. So the only fight that is going on is between Ferraz and Besic. Besic will try to fight for the second position right there, but he went there really slowly. But Ferraz is losing a lot of traction through the corners, so maybe Besic will overtake him. No, he actually slowed down there a little bit. That was really strange to see this. And I'm not really sure how many laps is being lapped Curtis by now, but it's about 2 laps down. I'm not really sure. By the way, Melin has almost 11 seconds gap to the Ferraz, but still remember that Besic is still professionally the championship leader at this point. Because we don't have much laps to go right now. It's like, I do believe it's uno momento, 9 laps to go, something like that. Oh my goodness, look at this. Ferraz lost his rear ring there at the exit of the turn 10 or turn 9, something like that. I'm bad at counting turns, sorry for that. And Herbert gets 3 seconds time penalty, so this is far the worst race for Herbert there. Also, if I remember correctly, Kamios was behind the Herbert. I don't know how much advantage Herbert had again over the Polish driver, but if Kamios will have more points, then Kamios became the second vice champion of this season, and Vrona decided to go to pit lane and I don't know, maybe he had some damage there. We have 8 more laps to go, so, and by the way, Vrona decided to go to Soviet, and I'm not really sure if this is a good idea because I think it's still raining a little bit, maybe not like it was raining at least 2 laps ago, but maybe this might be a chance to go on those softs. We'll see about that, but I do believe from my point of view that rain actually has stopped a little bit. But I'm still not really sure because there was no information that DRS is enabled or something like this, so the track is still too slippery to be on those softs. And yeah, those softs are not working very well because look at this, Vrona is losing a lot of time right there. By the way, Melling has almost 13 seconds lead in this race over Ferraz, but Vesic cannot overtake a Portuguese driver here. That's really interesting to watch. And those softs are where the worst decision here, Rona. Look at this, like Herbert overtook you so easily, like I don't know what was your strategy here, but it wasn't really great. Like Vrona is gonna be lapped down already. Okay, so we have now right now we have 6 more laps to go, so only 6 laps of this final race of the season. And someone has spun. Oh my goodness, was that Vrona? Yes, it's Vrona, and I think in the back Rasmussen has spun. So Vrona, this decision with softs was very strange, man. I just don't get your decision. Now let's get back to the point because already Claudio is also locked down. So. Oh my goodness, like half of the grid is already lapped down in this race, so Melnik has awesome pace in this race, but some of those races actually decided that I think he won the championship of this season. I think it's getting sunnier from now on, but the rain hasn't stopped yet, so it's still raining a little bit, but I think the track might be drying out already, and we have at least 5 more laps to go. Rasmussen gets 3 seconds time penalty, but he's not being counted in this championship at all. He will get points anyway because he is not DNF'd. And Vrona decided to go to pit. So awful race, like awful, man. You were fighting with chameleons and just made the worst decision possible to be on those softs. Those softs were tragic. It was tragedy. But everyone can make a mistake, and look at that! Vesic is really close to Ferraz right now. Like the Curtis is slowing down Ferraz a little bit, and this might actually be helpful for Vesic now. Look at this, like. I don't know what this Curtis is doing. He's not even letting faster drivers to go, so this will be some penalty. And look at that! Ferraz lost the rear wing on this particular corner, and so close to being overtaken, but still not, still some far away from that overtake. Like, Besic is not even using his ERS at all. So we have only 4 more laps to go. So let's maybe focus on those 2 drivers, because this is only the fight going on right now, because the rest of the drivers are being separated from each other, like, by some margins here. So let's see. I mean, Ferraz is defending like a lion today, and Besic cannot overtake him, and Melling has already 16 seconds of the gap. If the championship would be decided by the gaps, the Melling would win, but for now it's not like that. It's Besic who has more points basically over him. I do believe so, if I'm right. 194 plus 15, this will be 2009, and Melly has 192 plus 25, this will be 207, yes. So the only hope for Melnik right now is that Chameleons will overtake Besic somehow. But this might not happen, because Besic has 2 seconds gap to Chameleons, and it's only 2 laps to go, but by now and I think this is okay. Actually, Camille's closed up the gap a little bit, but we'll see by the final lap what will happen. Ferraz is still losing some of the time, because he's losing his rear wing really often, but he still defends. Like, there's no DRS, there's basically pure speed and pure technique of managing the car in the wet condition, and basically right now the Ferraz is doing that. So but I think yes, Ferraz has 5 second time penalty, so for now that Chameleons is actually on the podium position. So Polska górą, proszę państwa. Poland Mountain, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, and Ferraz and Besic touched a little bit here. So we are starting the final lap of the final race in Euro League in the PCF4 division. Like, Melink is leading the race by almost 70 seconds over the Ferraz, but this will be basically fight until the last I don't know, opportunity to overtake. Like, look at this, Camillus is really close to him. Like, it's all or nothing for Besic. He needs to overtake Ferraz right now if he still wants to be that championship leader. I mean, okay, still Camillus is losing some of the time, but remember, Besic cannot make any mistake right now. If he makes, then it's over for him. Okay, let's get back to Melink right now, because he'll be the winner of the Brazilian Grand Prix, the only last turn, And he is the winner of the last Grand Prix, so good race from him. But let's get back to the last fight, because we have last corners. It's like almost 2018, 2008, between Hamilton overtaking Theo. Look at this, they're going side by side. Who is gonna win this? Bestich overtook Melink. No, it was, I think in the end it was first in front of Bestich, but still Besic is the championship is the championship winner of 2022's and the 8th season of Aero, and the first ever champion that won PCF4. Congratulations, Besic. Amazing season from you, mate. But also really nice job from our Polish driver Kamilios, who got podium position. So amazing race, like, oh my goodness. But this fight on those last main straight was just amazing. And we have only Herbert who needs to finish his last lap, and this is the end of this race. Oh my goodness, what was that? Besic is champion of this year, and he's also driver of the day. I think he deserved that. He really deserved this to be the championship leader and to be driver. But we have Melin going for the main podium position for his win. But he's not the winner here. The real winner is Besic. Like, oh my goodness. And Besic even got the fastest lap of this race. This is amazing. Like, I just don't know what to say. I think this race showed everything. And let's get to penalties for this moment. So everyone may, I don't know, make some complaint about the getting penalty for no reason. Okay, so that's it. That's basically it. I'm gonna make other scene for press conference, and I'm gonna invite the drivers here. Give me a moment. Wait. Give me a second. I'm just connecting to the chat. Okay, we have our drivers sitting already on the main chat, so I'm moving you all here on the conference. And maybe let's start with our championship winner. Congratulations, Besic, you're the world championship.
All right. Oh shit, I forgot.
Du bist Waldmaster. Meister.
So thank you.
Yeah, amazing season. Like, even though you lost this race to your teammate, but still amazing season from you. I just don't know what to say. Congratulations.
Thanks, man. I couldn't have done it without Hauke. I mean, best teammate ever, honestly. And
Yeah,
I wish to race with him in the next couple of seasons here.
Yeah, also Hauke, amazing. Congratulations on your win. It was really good race, to be honest. Like, you were leading this race most of the time, but on the in the beginning you spun, like you lost the traction control, and I was already losing hope that Message will win without any fight, like with no sweating at all to be that championship winner. But still, nice recover from you, and I think this season was really good for you, especially uh maybe you have something to say because I'm already losing my voice here because this was the best race to commentate ever.
Yeah, thank you. The season was great. I enjoyed it a lot, and with my teammate Basic, Benny, it was amazing. Yeah, and I hope we're gonna drive next season together in another league, in a bit faster league, so we have a bit more competition to other. But the league here was amazing. I enjoyed it. It was fun. Yeah,
Okay,
thank you.
nice. And let me just count the points really quickly because I'm really curious. Because Camille, you actually managed to be on podium position thanks to Farah's penalty. But
Yeah.
I need to count the points because you were behind Herbert, and let me remind you, Herbert finished P6, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, wait, give me a second. I need to check this. Plus, no, plus 15. This will be 168. And plus 6. Oh my goodness! Kamil, you're the second vice championship. You're the second vice champion. You overtook Herbert by 1 point.
Oh dear.
Yes,
Oh my
you're
God.
first in championship
Really
constructors.
nice.
Oh my goodness! I just actually wanted to count that because I wasn't sure because Herbert finished P6 if I'm correct. Yeah, so he only got 6 points. So that means he only achieved 167 points, and you get 168 points.
Oh my god.
Nice one.
Yeah, I can just tell my race.
Uh,
I can tell my race.
wait. Your race was pretty decent. I mean, the qualifying wasn't the greatest, but the race
Yeah,
was
I agree.
fine. I think the race was fine because you were making much mistakes and you're fine against Verona, especially when the track was dry. It was really amazing to watch and it was really nice to commentate it.
Yeah, but when there's rain, and I am thinking for risk for switch to soft, but Verona just spun for risk in soft tires, but my decision is to stay for the finish line.
Mm-hmm.
And I may one thing my debut here, season 8, and I really enjoy. And you guys a nice race battle, and let's see for season 9.
Oh yeah. So, okay, I think that's all from my questions. But as for me, as I said on the beginning, but I'll say it once again before I end up the stream. I really thank you everyone who were watching all the streams I were commentating, even though sometimes I wasn't able to commentate because of my private life. But it was really pleasure to commentate, and I just love to do that. And I think I'm gonna stay as the commentator for next season. That's for sure. I'm staying with this selection and just love you guys. I will see next time in the next season. So hopefully so hopefully everyone will be is really happy by what happened in this race. And for now, I just wish you for this Christmas, because this Christmas are coming really soon. So from me, I wish you a lot of happiness, that you spend your Christmas with your family, and what can I say more? Merry Christmas and enjoy the stream. So MGC is behind the microphone saying goodbye to all of you. So thank you for the stream once again, and see you next season. Bye.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry
A
Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Yes.